Hey everyone, Jefferson Graham here with a live show. We've got some very special guests today, Juliana and Martine Gomez from the Tourist to Local channel. They've got a great channel that you need to check out if you're not familiar with them. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary. They have been everywhere, Argentina and all sorts of places. And I'm just going to jump right in and say, hey, Juliana and Martine, how you doing?
Hi! Oh my gosh, we're so excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. Tell everybody right now about the channel.
Oh my gosh, the channel.
Well, mi amor, I think you have to start because you started with this channel.
Yes, so we started the channel in 2014. I started as a way to document my study abroad adventures, and over time it morphed into all sorts of things. I worked on a cruise ship, which is where I met this guy. And then from there we kind of just pursued our love for travel together in whatever way we could. We lived in Mexico for a little bit, then we moved to the US and kind of had this idea to visit every state in each other's country to understand each other's culture more. And so we're still doing that, and we make videos every week in English and Spanish.
10th anniversary just celebrated. You've been to 27 countries over 10 years. I've only been to 7. You know?
I think that working on a cruise ship really helped to get that count up.
All right. We're going to talk about travel photography, and then we're going to get into the channel and some of the really amazing things that you've done, including tango dancing in Argentina, which I really, it was so amazing. So let's talk travel photography to start off. So if I read your gear list correctly, you're shooting on a Sony A7C and a 16 to 35 millimeter lens. Is that currently what you're doing?
That is correct. That is our new setup. We started using it starting with our Coyoacán video just a couple months ago. And it's fabulous. Before that, we were using a Sony A6400, which got us really far, but so far we're really enjoying using this new camera just for the stabilization alone.
That's right.
Okay. And one of the benefits of having a duo make videos together is that one can film the other while you're doing stuff, correct?
You know it. Sometimes it's like, okay, this is my time to film. Okay, please just make like a nice walk over there and I'm just going to film you. Like, just try to act beautiful and I'm just going to film you. Or like, sometimes it's like the opposite. It's like, okay, we were like, going through a path and we're living like the Mexican life in a market, and you don't have to act. It's like just filming over there at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And now beyond that camera and that lens, which I'd like to dive into, the drone work is amazing. You do some of the best drone work. My mouth is always watering. And now who's the drone operator here?
Oh my God. Like normally it's Juliana. I was the most adventurous one in that field because I like to play, I'm like a little kid with the drone, but the steady shots is Juliana.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, that really means a lot to hear you say that you like our drone work, because we just got this drone last year and we truly do not know anything. Like, we just kind of play around with what looks pretty. Like, we just have so much fun. Martine flies the drone in Mexico most of the time because of the drone rules, but I have fun exploring with everywhere else we've been going. And, oh gosh, we love the drone. I feel like it's taken our shots to the next level and kind of makes it more cinematic.
Yeah, you can't do a travel video without drone footage at this point. Which drone are you using?
The DJI Mini 3. I really wish, though, that we waited for the 4. But it works. We love it. I mean, you really have to be careful because you could run into stuff easily. But so far, we haven't had any accidents.
Okay, well, I have the 4, and the reason I have the 4 is because I used to have the Mavic Air 2S, and when the king tides happened in the beach community that I live in, I decided to go in for one last close-up of the wave, and you know what happened. The wave ate my drone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those waves, you could just get a little too close sometimes.
And so I just went out and bought a new one, and the Mini 4 was available. We have a question from Kim, who says, how do you figure out what the drone rules are depending on where you are in the world? And, you guys, 27 countries, you just came back from Argentina. I know that where was I last? I was in another country, wasn't I? Yes, I was in Sicily. And I just got up early in the morning at 6 o'clock, and I just started flying in open spaces over the water and things like that, and figured out if there was going to be a problem, somebody would come run out and tell me, but hopefully there wasn't anybody around, and I didn't get in any trouble. What about you guys? You were in Sicily.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We have like 4 different apps on our phone that we use to check, because sometimes it feels like there's conflicting information. We'll always start with like the DJI app, just see like if there's any regulations that are on there, and then we'll check our other apps, and then also do a Google search just to see like, are you allowed to fly in this area? And so far we haven't had any issues. Obviously avoid national parks, can't do that. But other than that, I mean, you also have to be careful a lot of times in cities with the airports nearby. It's kind of like, if you're near an airport, probably we can't fly.
But also we do a lot of research before traveling to that country. So it's like a lot of what people say online, their experiences, maybe people that they have done videos over there. So it's like a whole work between both of us to figure it out if it's possible to fly in the area.
Exactly.
Yeah, the problem is that the rules are just, you never know. And if you look up something, you don't know if it's current. Now, speaking of national parks, that is known that you're not allowed to fly there. But I was just in Zion National Park, and I figured just for the heck of it, I would fly right outside of the park, like right at the entrance where it said, Zion National Park. Whoop, straight up it went. And then I was in other places where I couldn't even launch at all. So you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's very easy to mess it up. Like it really depends on what map you're looking at. So we always kind of assume we can't fly unless we've come across stuff that says we can.
Exactly.
In any of these 27 countries, did anybody come running out to you and say, no, 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 no?
No, actually, we've been very lucky. That would probably be my worst nightmare, and I would probably cry immediately. I hate the idea of doing something wrong.
Normally, we don't want to be that obvious, and we find like a place that we're like kind of like outside of the hidden path. It's like over there. Like,
and we probably look even sketchier doing that.
Yeah, exactly. But still.
I flew in Portugal one morning. I found a plaza there in either Lisbon or Porto, and it looked good. And then once I went up, every seagull in Portugal came out and scared the living daylights out of me.
I know. Yeah. Can we talk about the real threat here is the birds? Like we've had so many times that we'll be filming and all of a sudden a bird swoops in and it starts diving for it over and over. And we're like, oh my God, this is how it happens. This is how we lose the drone.
Right.
Here's a question from Todd. They want to know if you have as somebody who travels to 27 countries in 10 years, do you have a permanent residence?
We do. And that's been something that's kind of made us a little bit different than a lot of other travel YouTubers you'll see is we do have a permanent residence in Northern California because we both work and we both are huge homebodies. We like to have a place to call home every now and
then. And you're there now.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to be traveling, so we plan our trips so we can have like maybe 1.5 months away from home, and then whenever we come back, it's like, you want to have your own bed, and also you want to have your own closet, and you want to have your own activities back home so you can refill and then go back into the adventure.
Exactly. I think that finding community has been super important for us in the past year. I mean, it can be very isolating to travel all the time, so we're really trying to make an effort to make more friends at home who understand our lifestyle. A lot of them are like, wait, what? You guys travel so much? But we're getting there, and we have our little activities. Martine's in a football league. I'm doing dance class. So it's nice to have our own, like, real lives outside of YouTube.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you some more questions about that, but first I know you're going to like this. Oh, my God, they are the cutest couple.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
That's so sweet.
Okay, so Kim. So how many weeks a year are you traveling?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. Oh, we could pull out the actual numbers, but let's see.
Okay, so this year you've been to Mexico, Argentina, and Sicily. correct?
Yes, that is correct. So I would say probably 5 months out of the year, but it's spread out.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the question that I get all the time. How do you afford it?
How do we afford it?
Yes.
We work really freaking hard. You guys have no idea the way our schedule is so perfectly crafted to be able to have full-time jobs and then do YouTube immediately after clocking out. So Monday through Friday we work. We have normal 40-hour-a-week jobs that are thankfully remote, which really helps us.
And after those 8 hours just working for a regular work is planning, researching, editing, discussing about what is good, what is bad about the channel. And it's 2 channels, so it's like, yeah.
There's no free weekends. Every weekend is filming pretty much or editing. And so it's just kind of, you have to be a workaholic to be us. So that is how.
I always crack up. Somebody says to me, hope you had a wonderful weekend. What? I've been working the whole time. What are you, crazy? Right?
You only knew. Yeah, no, it's a ton of work. And it's gotten to the point, we were talking about how we've been doing this for 10 years. It's just second nature to us now. It's just, we love it. It's what makes us happy. And before this point, like, even though I was working remotely, like shortly after I met Martin hadn't been working remotely. So he had an in-person job for a while. So we really had to like schedule around holidays and weekends and stuff to be able to travel.
Okay. Now, are you comfortable saying what you do in this other job?
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't want to go into too much detail about it, but we both work in various tech sectors.
That's right.
Yeah, so you want to explain it?
Yeah, I mean, it will be better if you explain it, but yes, I work for a British company that works in the U.S. related to health.
Digital health.
Digital health.
Yeah,
exactly.
So he works in customer success.
Okay.
And I work for a travel startup, and I work with engineers and helping to resolve bugs and also doing some training.
Okay. So Argentina, you're there 4 weeks, 3 weeks? How long?
We were there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And then 1 week in Uruguay and 1 week in Brazil, which you guys will all see very.
Okay. So you tell your employer, hey, I'm going away, or I'll be working this schedule during that 2-week period.
Yeah, what's great is both of us work for companies where it's a ton of digital nomads. Mm-hmm. So you don't even really need to tell anyone. I mean, everybody's always traveling around. As long as we can work the hours we normally work, it doesn't matter where we are.
Okay. So what hours do you normally work? You don't work 9 to 5.
No.
No, we work normally from California hours. It will be 6 to
7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, we woke up at 6, sorry.
We wake up at
7 to 4.
Yes, but actually I just changed my schedule because I want to have my mornings free and we're going to be here for a while. So now I'm doing 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And then you edit all night?
Yeah, well, no, I edit in the morning now.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
But before I was editing after work.
Okay, and you edit in Final Cut or Premiere?
Final Cut.
Okay, on a MacBook?
Yes.
Okay, so now you edited the Argentina videos in Argentina, correct?
Yes.
So walk us through the process. Now, in your bag, you land in Argentina, and what you have a camera and a lens. That's it, and a drone. What else do you have?
We have a couple of things, but it depends on the trip. Like, for instance, we also have a GoPro for another type of trips, and we travel with our laptops, which is always a hassle whenever you go to a different country. It's like, okay, you're over here. Wow, you bring 4 laptops. Okay. One is, we have to explain, like one is for Asian, one is for, yeah. I hope they don't do.
Wait. You bring 4 laptops with you to Argentina.
Yep.
4
Yep,
laptops.
we both have our personal ones and then our work ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so now 4 laptops, GoPro, drone, and a Sony A7C with a 16 to 35 millimeter lens.
Yes, and it's sometimes a stabilizer if we feel like we really want to draw attention to ourselves.
Okay, so what gimbal is that? Is that Ronin?
Gosh. Is it a Ronin? I think
No. The Ronin we. It was.
No. I think the new one's a Ronin.
Oh.
Yes, I think it is a Ronin. We have it in our Amazon storefront. I can't remember which one it is, but I think it is one of the newer Ronins. It wasn't as cumbersome as the old Ronin we had. We had one a long time ago that was just really heavy.
Tripod?
No.
No tripod.
That's
Okay.
where we draw the line. Because if we bring the stabilizer, it can kind of act as a tripod.
Okay. So you're shooting the tango lesson, right? You're shooting the tango lesson, and there's a camera, and the two of you are in it. So.
Oh. We had a Gorilla Pod.
That's right.
Okay, and the Gorilla Pod can hold the Sony because it's a small Sony. Okay. What about mobile? What about mobile video? You know, I shoot everything on this thing.
I know. Well, you're going to see a video coming up. Isn't it this weekend? No,
Not
next
this weekend. The next one.
that we shot on our phone. It's when we went to a football match. So that was kind of our first time experimenting with filming on an iPhone since I started the channel filming on an iPhone in 2014. Things have improved a lot.
Don't watch that one.
yeah, my first videos are a little rough, but yeah, we don't really shoot on the phone much. But we might be doing that more since it kind of went well with this football match experiment because there's definitely places where we're either told we can't have a camera because I don't know what is up with the travel world sometimes. Like you'll go to a museum.
That's right.
And
or there's also like some places that we don't feel comfortable to have like a big equipment over there.
But like sometimes a museum will be like, no cameras, but then everybody's taking videos with their phone.
So now you've got your 4 laptops, you go to an Airbnb, and you just set up, and I assume you bring an external hard drive or 2, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, and a microphone?
We have the shotgun mic. We have a Sennheiser 400 that we use for our camera, and then it has like a cord you can change it out for to plug it into your laptop.
Okay, so you do that for your voiceovers. Okay. Alania, if I pronounce that correctly, Alania, do you travel, do you use a check bag or just a carry-on?
Carry-on.
That is a carry-on.
With all of that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You must learn how to be okay wearing the same outfit.
That's
many
right.
times.
So if you see our videos and you can see our shrink shorts or shirt, it's because of that. Like we need to put a lot of things over there in your carry-on.
Yeah.
And you will not do a checked bag because?
I hate having to wait for the bag. I don't know why. It makes me angry. I hate waiting for it. It's not even a fear of losing it. It's just I want to get going. That's why.
Okay. Well,
and also because of our camera equipment.
Yeah,
it's valuable.
we're both very practical, and we want to have our things next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to wait, but I also mostly I don't want to lose the gear. And I just want to. Do you remember my story about that? I left the cab driver left my bag at the B&B and drove away without it, and that had everything in it, and that was a nightmare. Luckily, miraculously, it was found. Yeah, you haven't had that problem. How long does it now? We didn't really mention, but you do every episode in Spanish and in English. So, do you just redub it, or do you do separate? Shoot everything separately in Spanish?
Okay, so a couple of shots is like we have to redo it, and we try to a little bit like act the same way that we do it at the original time, like how we live it at the first moment. For instance, if we were shocked about something, then we have to repeat it in Spanish, or the other way around. Sometimes it's like we're living something in Tepoztlan, in Mexico, and then we were saying something in Spanish, and it was like, oh my God, that was so good. We have to do it again in English. Go on, and let's try to do it.
It's nature now to us. Eat, Buy, Let, Travel, we did a video with them a couple months ago, and they were so shocked behind the scenes. They're like, whoa, you guys, you remember how to say everything over again in the other language. That's crazy, but... yeah, so pretty much we just, all the live stuff you see, like the talking on camera, we say it twice in each language. And then there's B-roll, and that is universal. That can be used for both. It's the same sequence. We just copy and paste into the other one. And then the voiceovers, they come when we're in the editing stage. And how it works is like I'll be working on the first draft of the video, write it out in
Depends on
English.
which language it
Exactly.
is. If it's in Italian, in English, in Spanish. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that too,
Yeah.
like the interviews, but I'm talking about like our voiceovers.
That's right.
Like I'll write what I'm thinking of saying in English and then show it to Martin and be like, what do you think of this idea? And then he'll give me feedback and then translate it to Spanish and then
right.
record them both. It's
And then we have to translate it because it's not the same. We have to give like according to the video, it has, I don't know, you want to give it in the Latin American style for the Latin American public, of course. So it changed a little bit, but according to the video, according to the music, so we have to find the right way to do it. So that takes a lot of time sometimes. And, but yeah, like basically is that.
Yeah, we edit the English one first, and then from that we come up with what clips we need to change into Spanish.
Have you tried dubbing? There's a service called Ditto, I think. I tried it. It was unbelievable how good it was. It was also very expensive, but you could just do that.
Yeah, I could be. I don't know. We like doing it this weird backward way. I don't know. It's just a fun little thing. I don't know. We like having our channels are both very different audiences in English and Spanish, and we both speak Spanish, so
That's right.
might as well.
Which channel gets more views?
English one.
Yeah.
Well, it depends though, because like our Argentina series is doing much better in Spanish. So just depends on who it gets picked up by. But even in Mexico, I feel like the English channel does better.
But you do a new one every week, premieres Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, right?
You know it.
Yeah.
That's right.
How did you choose Sunday?
I don't know. It was just kind of like, Sunday sounds good. I don't know.
We were trying different days. At some point, we said like Sunday, and we got like very good audience. And we said like, Sunday. And also it's good because we working the entire week. And then if we have something to edit, we have to change something, we have the Saturday.
Exactly.
And on Sunday, normally is whenever we have a rest day. Well, if we're not recording.
Exactly.
Can you see a time when this YouTube will be all you do?
Oh, that would be the dream. We talk about it all the time. All the time. It's our dream. Like, we're just waiting for that moment when that could be possible.
I think every time we want to, we're working on the videos to polish or like every single defect that we see in it and try to make a better content every single time. And we talk about that all the time.
Yeah. We would love to not have to have real jobs and be able to do this all the time, because I actually think it would free up some more time for us to be able to make things we're even more excited about. Sometimes I wish we could be in places longer, but we can't because, we
Cost too much money.
Yeah, it costs too much money. Exactly. Right. And so, I mean, if you were to ask, our dream, it would be to one day have a team to like help us to produce these videos, because we have some big ideas and it's just a matter of making them happen, yeah.
Yeah, the longer you spend somewhere, the more you get to know it and the better it becomes, right? Talk about your philosophy a little bit about Tourist to Local. Is you don't go in to just show the top 10 the greatest spots, every postcard shot. You want to get deep in. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think Tourist to Local, it's a really nice balance, because we do still want to show some of the spots that, you have to see. Like, you don't go to Paris and not see the Eiffel Tower. But we try to show people how you can add in these experiences that are going to help you to connect with locals and live a more, like, authentic experience. Because I feel like sometimes people get afraid to, like, push themselves to go outside of whatever is in the guidebook. And so we want to show you how you can just even add one or two activities that we show, and it's going to give you an experience that you go home and you tell people like, whoa, like, yeah, the Eiffel Tower was cool, but like I did this other thing that was like so crazy. I met a local and connected with them. And I think that that's just important. The whole thing started with Mexico for me. My family always took me to Mexico growing up, and they loved to explore beyond the resort. And I'd come back to school and tell my friends about all these crazy things we were doing, and people were bewildered. And so I just kind of wanted to show people how they could do that.
Yeah. Okay, so Martine, Juliana is the drone operator. Juliana is the editor. She is shooting most of the video. What do you do, my friend?
I also shoot a couple of shots in the video, but what I do is I do the entire research. Everything that is before the video, the research is my job. So whenever we are studying where to go and what to do and what to show, what's the story, what's the script, what is the title, what's the sense of the place that we want to visit, that's my job. So we have to be very coordinated with that because I have to tell them exactly what we want to show about this place and what we want to tell about this place. What's the story about this place? So we have to coordinate the shots. We have to coordinate what we're gonna say in the voiceover, and also whenever we're shooting over there and whenever we're talking, we have to discuss a lot about the history about the place and about what do we want to show and how we want to show it.
Yeah, he's our pre-production. I'm the post, and it works. It's great because I don't know a lot about history. He teaches me things all the time.
Okay. Well, we're here mid-June. We're here on the longest day of the year, solstice, summer solstice, right? Right. And what are our plans for the next 6 months? Where are you going?
Oh, it's such a boring answer. Here's the other thing about the way that we plan our travel is we do everything in spring and the beginning of summer. So actually we're gonna be home until December, which is very needed. We have kind of been go. So yeah.
Okay. So you don't have anything for the fall?
Nope. We're taking it off this year. Yeah. I mean, we could still maybe add something in, but right now we're just kind of ready to be at home. Oh, you know what? There is a couple trips. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself here. We do have a trip down the Oregon coast in a couple weeks. Oregon coast, or up the Oregon coast into
That's gonna be a road
Canada.
trip,
Yeah. So we're gonna go up to Vancouver, and then December is Japan, which we're excited about.
So after a 7-week road trip, I'm editing all summer long.
Oh,
Right?
good for you.
Right?
I know.
Todd has a question. Let me get that in there. Have you met Drew Binsky, who has traveled every country and has 14 million subscribers on YouTube?
We have not. We're not that cool, unfortunately, that he would know we exist. But if he wants to meet, hello. I'm not ready.
But it's funny because my wife asked me how I knew you, and I said, I have no idea. I just sort of stumbled out of the channel. It's how you find people on YouTube, right? You just stumble on.
That's right.
Okay. What's your favorite time to shoot when you're out in the field?
Early morning, early sunrise. Are we necessarily awake? No. But it's just so much better for not having to deal with crowds, and you get that same beautiful glow that you can get at sunset. So that's our favorite, and we just gotta suck it up.
Yeah, me too. Great time to fly a drone. I'm gonna let you go. Before we do, something that not everybody does here. First of all, if I go like this, does that say the Wild West to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
I'm getting ideas for an intro that I edit.
Okay, and then this is a song I heard in Taormina 10 times a day. I wonder if you did as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Wow, I was not
Nice.
expecting a show.
Yeah. Did you see those guys in Taormina with the straw hats that were playing the accordion and the guitar? They were amazing.
Yep.
Yep.
And
It was
they-
beautiful.
And they were in the White Lotus. Did you know that?
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And actually, that's what brings a lot of people to Taormina, you know, the White Lotus. But
I mean, yeah, they got to make their money. That's good.
it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I have a little slide here. Let me get it. Where is it? Tourist to Local, youtube.com/Tourist to Local. Folks, if you're watching, check out their channel. It's amazing. They've got a 10th anniversary. Juliana and Martine have been at it for 10 years. Well, not really. Juliana's been at it for 10 years. Martine came in afterwards. I've been at it for 5 or 6, and my latest new video will be out tomorrow morning from Cody, Wyoming. Julian, Martine, what do you have coming up this weekend?
Oh gosh, this weekend is our big,
Buenos
it's our
Aires.
big bad Buenos Aires video. It's seeing all the must see spots. It's a really fun one. So
Okay. Sunday morning, 10 a.m.
yes,
Right?
that's
Pacific
correct.
time. All righty. Thank you so much for being here. And folks, I'm now going to be more consistent Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so be sure to tune in. I'll be back here next Thursday. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you.